Recently, Diane Cheng has come out with a speed skewb diamond, or 2x2 FTO, or some call it baby FTO. I don't have the Chi or the Lan, but I have made my own, and it's not great. Whoop, see, there you go. However, I've been working on speed solving this, so I want to teach you everything I know. I'm going to go through kind of 3 or 3.5 methods. Let's start with the beginner's method. Hi, a real quick note about notation. I'm going to hold the corner in front on the top, so yellow being my U face. So you've got U obviously, R, L, and then B. B. There is D and back right and left, back left, but we don't use those in my algorithms. There's also edge in front. Now there's no edge, but you can put this flat part of the upper face, and now this is R, U. That is in at least one algorithm. And then cube rotations, UO and UO prime is like Y and Y prime because it moves in the direction of the U face. Also, I say S and S prime a couple times. There's no slice moves on this puzzle, so what that actually means is sledgehammer and inverse of sledgehammer, or hedge slammer. So R prime, L, R, L prime is sledgehammer, and the reverse is hedge slammer. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to solve the corners. Maybe you want to start with white. Okay, look, I've got 2 purples and 2 whites. They're relative to each other. I'll put this one down here. Got them solved. Up here, there's only really 2 states. You're going to have solved or 1. And so what you're going to do is line up these 2 here on your right hand, or left hand if you're left-handed, and do a down, down, up, up sledgehammer. Ergonomically, I like to go right, back prime, R prime, B, and do that again to solve the top, R, B prime, R prime, B. So there's your yellow, and then line them up, AUF. So you've got all the corners. And then you solve the 2 orbits of centers. They're separate, and they will never touch. But you're going to solve them separately. And so for these, you also have a couple cases. The first case is going to be 3 centers that are clockwise, and you want to move them counterclockwise. So I'm going to hold the solved center in my left hand, and I'm going to hold this R layer here that contains all 3 of those centers that you want to move. I'm going to go, I guess, edge in front, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. And then do that twice. U prime, R, U prime, R prime. And that does the 3 cycle. If you want to go the other way, so now I need to go clockwise. I'm going to do the same hold, solve center here. I'm going to go R, U, R prime, U. Then twice, R, U, R prime, U. There's only one other case that you can get for the centers, and that is the triple sledge case, where you have 2 opposites, and then on the back, you're going to have 2 opposites. And again, whatever you get for these orbits, it's going to be independent of the other orbit. So I might have a 3 cycle in this orbit, and then a separate 3 cycle going the other way in the other orbit. the kind of beginner's 0.5 method is, why don't you just solve a face and reduce your cases, right? So let's go solve the white face. That just means include the center when you solve the face. So get your corners relative around a center. I'm going to solve it kind of like FTO corners. Now look at that, we got lucky. So here, now you've got this, you're going to have guaranteed either a 3-cycle or a solved orbit, and then you have one orbit to deal with. And in this case, it's a triple sledge. I'm going to do my sledge in the back again for ergonomics. Another thing you can run into in kind of the beginner's 0.5 method is you solve your white face, and then you have your 2. So you need to just do one sledgehammer or hedge slammer, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter, but you want to move the first move of your sledgehammer towards where the center is underneath. It makes up like a bar. So if I do this sledgehammer, it will solve the top. And so now what I've done is I've created a situation where I only have the possibility of 2 3-cycles. And so now you only need to know clockwise, counterclockwise 3-cycle, and kind of an intuitive OLL. So again, you've got your 1 oriented corner and your 2 unoriented. You set one of them over the center that needs to go on top, and you sledgehammer towards that, and now you've got 2 3-cycles here. I like to do this kind of with my ring finger because I'm going R, U, R prime, U, R, U, R prime, U. So that isn't going to always work out for you. If you accidentally get the 3 corners on top and your center is still in the bottom, this is actually it can be a 3-cycle kind of on the side. So look, we've got our face on the bottom. Face on the bottom. Now we need to 3-cycle this way. Kind of bring this up from the back. So we'll take care of that. But you can get in that situation where you have the 3 oriented corners and this isn't up there. So you can still actually run into the 2 swap or a 3-cycle in kind of a weird angle. It won't be in the U or D layers. All right, let's get into the intermediate method now. So this is where you're going to solve the first layer and then solve the top layer in 5 algorithms. So the first layer, intuitive, top layer, 5 algorithms. Let's look at how to make a layer. And also, intermediate, I'm going to recommend color neutral. This puzzle isn't that hard. It's like a 2x2. So, okay, let's still, for introduction, let's look at white. So let's get here, but we're going to solve the blue corner in there too. And so we're going to kind of always be looking for this block. That's the first thing we want to do. 2 corners with 2 of their solved centers. So there's a million ways to do this, but one thing I like to look for is bars. So if, say, we've got blue and it's got a white, we might look for white with a blue. And you just need to find a way to line them up so that they go together. Or actually, I like this way too. If you can create those bars, stick them together. You can also have a situation where you've got a corner with the solved centers here. You want to just insert the corner. You can kind of take this bar, hold the center in place, so hide the bar, move the corner in, bring the bar back up. Now you've got your first block. Another way, what if we have just the first two corners attached to the center, and we want to put this center in here? We can go like R prime U R. So I suggest finding a lot of different ways in slow solves to make this block, and then we're going to make this kind of FTO triple here. So I'm going to hold my block in my left hand, and I'm going to look for this corner and what attaches to it. So red is opposite. We'll deal with that second. This is on top. Let's get it over here. Pull down. We can now set it attached. This is going to be here, so we can pull it down, bring it over, and now we've made a triple. Put that down. Got a whole layer. Okay, you might run into this thing. We've got kind of this triple around the center. So find your corner, put it over top of one of those. This is going to be here. Pull it out down. U prime. Now you've created your triple. Pull it down. Corner's back here. Red's already facing down, so let's put it on top of red. Flip center over here and the corner here so they can come across and connect. Pull it down. One thing you might run into is you've got your layer solved, except your corner is just flipped in place. I like to hold it in the bottom right and just go sexy move, sexy move. So again, that's just RU, R prime, U prime, RU, R prime, U prime. All right, so now you've got 5 algorithms, and they're going to be pretty familiar. First, 2 U primes. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do my clockwise U prime. So then the second case is counterclockwise U prime. Third case for last layer is going to be solved center, solved corner. And then you're going to kind of have these 2 bars coming down this way. The solution for this is going to be L, R prime, L prime, R twice. L, R prime, L prime, R. So you're going to be doing that L by pulling down with this finger. Fourth case, same thing, but your bars are going off this way now. And so you might pull it here and do a sledgehammer. So R prime, L, R, L prime. Double sledge. Or I actually like to do, I like to put it here and do that B prime, R, B, R prime. Do that twice. Kind of feels good. This one I just like to do the L, S prime. The fifth and final case is just going to be 2 corners flipped in place for your last layer. This one, hold it here. I'm going to do S prime, so L, R prime, L prime, R, U prime, sledgehammer, R prime, L, R, L prime. Let's do a walkthrough solve of the intermediate method. Okay, so I'm looking for bars. Anything I can use? Oh, here it is. Green bar with purple, purple bar with green. Those go right together, and they're actually lined up, so here we go. Green on bottom for me. These are matched up. Yellow's going to be ready to U prime. Bring this triple down. Layer really fast. And now one of our 5 cases. This is just the double sledge. I can tell because when I've got my bars here, I'm going to do the first move of my algorithm when I'm picking between double sledge or double hedge. First move doesn't break this bar, so double sledge. Okay, the next method is actually really interesting because user Larch from the FTO Discord server and his friend generated all the algorithms you would need to one-look this puzzle. And they kind of started with, what if you solved a layer? What if you solved a face? And what would that look like? But then they generated algorithms for like an EG situation. So what if you solved the first face, again, not layer, but just face, and you had your corners mispermuted. And it turns out there's actually fewer of these cases than there would be if you solved the face properly. And so I was really interested in that, and I learned those all up. I have not learned the full one-look method, but I think this is a good intermediate step. And so then I'm going to show you my algorithms in kind of the order I recommend you learn them. And I will attach the document so you can look at what I'm looking at. But I'm going to start with S1 because you can always fall back on this one. So what S1 is, so S1 is where you've got misoriented bottom with the center solved. And then you have all of your corners and center oriented. They're all on top. So what we're going to look for is this triple. There's going to be one triple in the top layer and one triple in the bottom layer. Okay? You're going to put that triple in the back bottom, and this triple is going to go just to the left. All right? It's in the back left. And so here's the algorithm. I'm going to go L prime, back prime, R, back prime, R prime, L, AUF. So let's see that again. Okay. Bar in the back, bar in the front. Sorry, triple in the back, triple in the front. I'm going to go U to put it back here. I'm going to do this pull down, L prime, B prime, R, B prime, R prime, L, then AUF. So this is great because what you can do while you're learning your algorithms for this method is, okay, misoriented. What you can do is you can force it with that OLL I taught you earlier. So let's get this over here. And this, so in this case, we'll do a sledgehammer. Now we've oriented. Now we just look for those bars. Those triples will be there. Here's a triple. Here's a triple. You can do this algorithm. So if you can one look your EG1 layer and predict where the bars are, there you go. If you can predict your EG1 layer and then the OLL and where the bars are, those cases are a little tougher, but I believe in you. So if you get to a case in EG1 and you don't know what to do, you don't know this algorithm, maybe you just kind of do your intuitive OLL, and now you've got your bars. And so bar here. There's no bar here, so I know that there's the triple in the back. Again, 2-part algorithm. Lightning fast, that one's actually really nice. Next, you're going to have your V cases. So V in this case is, again, EG1 bottom. You've got solved, corner and center, and then two not oriented. Here, you're going to have a bar in the bottom back, and then again, for your recognition, there's no bar here at all. If there's a bar, you know this is the triple, because there's a triple on the bottom. There just is. For recognition of this one, you've got your triple in front. So this is going to be the first case. We're going to go L, R prime, B prime, R, B prime, L prime, B prime. It's kind of a lot of this business, but it's fine. Case 2. So similar to before, you've got your bar in the back, triple in the back, no bars at all in the front. Here, you're going to align center and corner in front of you, and your misoriented are in the back. Now you're going to have a bar either on this side or on this side. I've got a bar here. So the first algorithm is going to be in the document. I'm going to overwrite that because I want to do it at a different angle. I've changed this algorithm recently. I'm going to kind of do a D, but it's basically a U setup and a puzzle rotation prime. I'm going to go R prime B, R prime B prime, U, R prime B, R prime. So that kind of rolls a lot. You've got your R prime going the same direction for the whole algorithm. R prime B, R prime B prime. So that's a kind of a trigger. U prime, R prime B, R prime. So what that does now is set up our third V case. This one again, no bars in front, on the bottom, bar on the right. So we're going to go RU, R, U prime, L prime, U prime, L, R. Now, I'm just doing this weird U prime because there's a lot of overworking my left finger in these algorithms. So let's try that again. RU, R rolled, U prime, L prime, U, L, R. It's weird. Next, they called these Q. This is solved corners, not solved center on top. So here, we're going to do the same thing that we've done in the past, where we've got a triple in front. So this triple is going to be somewhere, right? We're going to just put it over the center we want to put on top. We're going to do the algorithm. So regroup B, R prime, B prime, R, L, B prime, R, L prime. And this cycles back and forth with solved state. So let's just do it again. B, R prime, B prime, R, L, B prime, R, L prime. Second case here. Let's load it up for recognition. I've got my triple in front, right above my center I want to put up there. Got a bar kind of in the front right. And if you look on the other side, bar in the back left. So if you can recognize it from either angle, back left, front right. So let's go. Which algorithm do I use? I go U prime. Oh yeah, here we go. U prime, push L prime, U prime R, U prime, R prime L R. Oh, this one feels good. So This one also cycles back and forth with solved, so okay, that feels good. Okay, your center under the triple, I'm going to go bar in the front right. U prime push, U prime R U prime, R prime L R, AUF. Okay, third case. What do you think? Bar back here. So I'm going to kind of regrip R, L, rolled R, L prime, and then solve this corner. U, L prime, solve this corner. U prime R. So here's the actual case. Again, triple over your center, bar in the back right. Now if you go on the left, front left. But I'm just going to look at this. So you've got bar in the front right or back right. This is back right. I'm going to go regrip R, L, R, L prime, U, L prime, U prime, R, AUF. All right, editing Crystal here to bring up one last note. In the full document, the S1 cases have a Y set, which is, it's like V, but instead of having the center up, you have it in the front. So we've got the two misoriented, one it's towards us. We've got our center here. This is a Y case, and these are really short. They're really slick. There's, I don't know, like 9 more of them. I don't know these yet, but these would be worth learning. What I do in this case is, because I don't know these yet, I either do my intuitive OLL, and we've got this, or I will see my two corners and center here, okay, about to make the layer, and I can just avoid that Y case by making sure that when I put this corner in, that this is going to be on top, right? So I can set it in the back, bring my corner over, and when I bring my corner down, yellow center will be up, and then I'm going to be guaranteed to have a V case. But that's why the Q cases are nice, because sometimes you're just going to get this layer with the top center kind of trapped. So when you solve, you can either do this OLL or just really sledge anywhere, because with the Q cases, now you can solve this. Again, this would solve your problems if you just learn the further 9 Y permutations, but that's next steps for me. So thank you. And that's it so far for me. With those, 7 algorithms? I can one look EGE1 with a lot of inspection time. I'm not very good at this, but I know all those algorithms now, and that's all you really need. And the reason I said at the very beginning that the beginner's method, intermediate, and then now this EG1 method are additive is because this puzzle really doesn't have a lot of states, and it can be kind of tedious to trace a EG1 layer when this one came up automatically, but you're going to get in scrambles, you're going to get things like this where you just got obvious bars, or maybe you're even going to get this first block, and the easiest thing in the world is just going to be, oh, look, okay, so here, this could happen in a scramble. You get this block, you get the solved centers, and then this corner just needs to be flipped in the bottom. And so what are you going to do? You're going to do your double sexy to flip it, and you can predict what's going to happen up here. Sorry, I did too many. And then just do your 2 flipped corners last layer algorithm. Wow. Similarly with the beginner's method, maybe you just have like a U-perm or a couple moves to swap. So I would keep all of this in mind, learn how the puzzle works. Sometimes you're just going to have a face solved and you can, oh look, I could just do OLL and trace what happens here, and it's just going to be a U-perm, and holy smokes. All right. Let me know how it goes. I'm going to be in the FTO Discord server. There's a thread for baby FTO. I like to call it 2x2 FTO. Come talk to me there. Tell me how this video is. I'm almost definitely going to remake it because this is my first video I've ever made that's not just a home video.